Hi class. My presentation for the CIO topic is a very important one that's been isolated in corporate strategies throughout the country, and that's the concern over the leakage of intellectual property data and trade secrets over social media. And there's been a lot of talk about, with the increase of social media, restricting the amount of employee use and advertisement of what company they work for. And I think many CIOs are worried about the potential harm and downfall that can come from employees potentially intentionally posting information or unintentionally posting trade secrets that could give away valuable corporate information. As indicated just in the slide prior to this, the advent of social media has allowed many employees the opportunity to broadcast to the whole world their resume, job descriptions, and daily work habits. And while this is a good networking tool, it has also caused many concerns throughout the community of CIOs, potentially because employees could give away valuable trade secrets or valuable information contained in their job description that their company doesn't want other people knowing. And CIOs routinely worry about the intentional or accidental leakage of this data that could accompany the use of these websites. And by the websites term, I'm referring to Facebook, LinkedIn, and many employers have developed corporate policies which limit the amount of information that employees can put on social media sites such as Facebook and LinkedIn. There have been many cases of intellectual property theft in recent years. Employees who have left their company have transferred data to their own server to utilize at their next employer. And other former employees have taken to social media to give out trade secrets and corporate policies to competitors in an effort to discredit their former organization. And I think it's the CIO's job within the organization to control this leakage of information through corporate policies and safeguards through the information technology department to make sure that this leakage, whether accidental or intentional, doesn't happen. There's also the unintentional theft of data. Many employees unintentionally include details of previous project work on their resume on sites such as LinkedIn. Though the intent is to tout their own personal achievements, this could give out corporate trade secrets or names of certain vendors that the company uses, which should be protected. Another example of giving out corporate trade secrets involves uploading pictures to Facebook or Instagram. If you're out on a business trip with a potential client or an existing client, uploading a picture of everyone involved in the meeting could give away your location. It could tip your hand on a potential acquisition of a company or a client. And if competitors see that, it could potentially give them an edge to swipe in and try to disrupt any type of progress that you're making. An example of restrictive use of this type of technology involves the military. They've restricted the use of geotagging in photos that are uploaded to social media sites. And the reason is because geotagging can give away precise location information to potential enemies. Now I want to talk about company Facebook profiles and LinkedIn pages. Company Facebook pages could inadvertently give away corporate trade secrets by allowing employees to upload events and gatherings directly to that page, which then broadcasts that upload to any potential customers on the web. Also, marketing materials could be distributed via social media pages, whether approved or unapproved, and these are seen by potential customers. Finally, social media pages are an extension of the company's image. Other companies could potentially post misleading or false information on another company's page in an effort to mislead customers or try to steal some customers away from that company. And the increasing use of social media has allowed more and more companies the opportunity to do this. So what can CIOs do to safeguard information? Many CIOs have developed special social media teams within their existing IT department, which allow a company to track IP addresses or location information for posts or uploads that are made to social media sites. The intent here is to ultimately track down any individual who posts or uploads corporate trade information or misleading information. Also, many CIOs are instrumental in developing and executing corporate strategies and policies protecting corporate data from intentional or unintentional breach. This involves working directly with human resources to develop a corporate policy applicable to all employees to make sure that all employees follow the same standard and consistency when it comes to social media sites. Looking at specific activities or policies, one way to protect the company from future problems is to continually mandate social media and corporate trade secrets training to all staff members. The company should keep a record of who passed the class. And the reason this is important is because many companies have had trade secrets intentionally stolen from former employees and have used those records indicating that they went through the training in order to prosecute and pursue justice for those people that have traded away potential valuable information. CIOs have an active role in developing corporate policy on social media. Some companies will restrict the use of individual posts containing the company's logo without approval from the company. And some companies have restricted Facebook users from indicating on their profile what specific company they work for. The intent here is to distance the company from any potential issues that may arise from that person's profile that are personal in nature but could be seen as an extension of the company's image. So in summary, the CIO is ultimately responsible for any information breach or leakage that occurs within a company. And because of that, many extra details have been added to their job description to make sure that they're taking all potential safeguards to keep that information safe. Many CIOs have been proactive in developing social media policies for their organization in order to prevent the leakage of information. Many employees do not understand the implications that arise from social media uploads, even as innocent as they may be. And companies have an obligation to restrict the amount of material that an employee could potentially upload to social media sites for their own best interest. More and more companies are becoming more protective of their company name when it's used on social media, as evidenced by the increasing amount of policies that do not allow employees to disclose who they work for on sites such as Facebook. Ultimately, employees could face disciplinary action, including termination, if they are responsible for disclosing protected information to customers or competitors. So for this week's discussion, does your company have a social media policy? If so, what does it entail? Are you able to disclose your employer or display corporate logos on your page? Also, do you think that it's a good idea for companies to make restrictions on employees for social media usage? Also, does your company have a Facebook or LinkedIn page? If so, how much information do they disclose on the page? Are they very liberal with giving out corporate information, events, or do they restrict the amount of information that they give out? Also, does your company offer training programs or classes on the importance of protecting the nation? If so, how often? And finally, if you were a CIO of a company, what type of restriction would you place on the amount of employee use of social media concerning your company? Would you restrict the employee from broadcasting to others who they work for? Or would you restrict the employee from uploading pictures or events to Facebook and LinkedIn? Thank you.
Hey, bud.